Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Ken with Better Culture, and today I am talking about easy bets that you do not want to miss. Why you don't want to miss these? Because they're easy. Easy to win? Well, nothing is easy. It's easier, though, than probably what you've already been betting, which mostly the betting public is making difficult bets. So I'm going to share with you some easy bets that might help you increase your win percentage, put more money in your pocket. Okay. But first, let's talk about your goal as a sports bettor. You know, when you really break it down, it's like on the surface, it seems that your goal as a sports bettor is to win money, right? But let's take it deeper. Let's think deeper into that. You know, you're actually playing a game, and you're playing this game of sports betting against a bookmaker. So when you really look at it, you're kind of like a bookmaker yourself. A bookmaker is setting the line, and these guys are probably the best bookmakers in the world. So in reality, they're probably the best handicappers in the world because they're setting a line that is basically what they believe the the ending score is going to be at. And you're trying to say, hey, bookmaker at MGM or whatever book, I think that you are incorrect, and this team is actually going to win by 10, not just by 8 or something like that, right? So, in other words, you're trying to beat the bookmaker at setting this line. Maybe your line is higher than what their line, or your line is lower. And that's actually how you need to look at the lines that they set at sports betting. And that's how you need to look at yourself as a sports bettor. You are trying to find opportunities where the bookmaker is incorrect. Now, if you are taking this from just a novice or a for fun sports gambler, the way that you guys normally look at this is to say, what game is on tonight? What game am I watching tonight? And then you say, okay, what's the spread on that game? All right, this is what I like. And that is not the best way to choose an easy game to beat, right? So that is how most sports gamblers play, and that is how you play for fun. Because if you think about it, you're watching a game that you're interested in, and you're betting on that game. So that is an entertainment purpose, what you're doing, right? Watching the game, betting on it, because that's all entertainment. But if you're looking to take it seriously and actually win, you're looking at the entire board in general, and you're trying to find which line do you think is incorrect. Now, that might be a game that you're not really paying attention to because it's not teams that you're really interested in, or it might not even be a sport that you're interested in, right? So, like, if you don't even watch tennis, but there's something off on this tennis, and you spotted it, that's a great opportunity, right? And so that kind of leads me into, that sets it up as to what your goal is as a sports bettor. Now, why are these easy? It's because the bookmaker themselves are not paying attention greatly to this game, or they don't have enough data. Just recent, actually, now is June, and there in a couple weeks there's going to be some baseball games that's going to be taking place in London, I believe. And the bookmakers, they don't have much history on these games. Probably maybe only 4 games have been played there, and all 4 of those games have been high scoring games. So what they're anticipating is that they're going to be setting these lines a lot higher. Now, when with some comments, there was an article about it, and the bookmakers are saying that they're feeling very uneasy about the line that they're setting. They're just not sure. They don't have enough data, and it's something new to them. It's the playing in London is something new, and so they don't have all the factors, and they take in so many factors when they set the line, the stadium, all these things, the players, and the teams. And so for this coming game in London, they're going to be setting the line higher, but they're still very unsure about what that line is, and that's for the total, right? So that is just one opportunity that's coming up. So why these games, why these bets are easier is because the bookmaker themselves is very unsure on where they want to set those lines. When it comes to a game at like in the U.S., games that have been being played seasonally and over, especially in through the season, those lines are getting sharper and harder. So if you look at something like preseason, okay, so these are the type of bets that are going to be easier for you to win, right? So one of those is preseason. They have only data from last season. The teams may have changed, so the line makers are not 100% sure on the lines that they're setting for preseason, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. Those are great opportunities. Most people think it's degenerate, but it's not. These are the best times to play. Now, here comes the beginning of the season, right? They have the preseason data, and now beginning of the season, it's still not fully they still don't have all the data, but as the season moves on, the lines will get sharper and sharper, and then come something like the Super Bowl or the playoffs. This is when the betting is a little bit more difficult. There's still opportunities to win, of course, but you're not going to win as much probably, or you might take a little bit of a loss, or hopefully break even, if not win, right? And especially when it comes to playoffs or the championship game, they know there's a lot of money pouring in on these games. So what do? They focus a lot of attention to make sure that line is correct. On the preseason, they know that there's not as much money coming in because most normal bettors aren't betting this preseason because they think it's degenerate gambling. Well, it's not. There's less money on those games, so less attention from the bookmakers, and also they have less data, which equals easier to win bets. Now, this opportunity coming up in London for baseball is a great opportunity for you to look at the totals, and they're going to be setting those totals higher. Who knows if we're going to be playing the over on that, or just because maybe they're just haven't figured it out yet, and all of a sudden they're hitting way over on those scores. And that right now is a great opportunity. If you're trying to look into it, look into that. But if you're watching this after those games, then don't worry about that. But the next season for preseason, always look at that. And those are some easy bets that you can add to your betting patterns and to your style of betting that will help you win more bets. My name is Ken with Better Culture. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and catch our next video.